Friday class, so I want to go over the outside pre-trip. So when you're standing in front of the truck, I want you to think of 3 L's, okay? My first L is going to be leaks underneath the truck. I want to make sure there is nothing leaking. There's no puddles that could indicate leaks, such as oil, fuel, coolant, power steering. There also is nothing hanging underneath the truck. My second L is going to be leans. I want to make sure the truck is not leaning left or right. That could indicate bad suspension problems. As you walk up to the truck, I want to check all my headlight lenses and clearance lenses and marker lenses. I want to make sure all my lenses are properly mounted and secured. They are not broken, cracked, or damaged. They are clean. They are intact. They are the correct color, and there is none missing. Since we have more than one, there is none missing. So now I'm going to go ahead and pop the hood and go over the engine. Okay, so after you pop the hood, this is what you're looking for on the side of your engine. If you notice on your paper how it says Z scan, I want you to think of the letter Z. You start here at the coolant reservoir. You're going to go down, and then you're going to go back this way, okay? So let's go ahead and start with our coolant reservoir. Coolant reservoir is properly mounted and secured. It's not broken, cracked, or damaged. The coolant level is between add and full, and there's no leaks, and the cap is on tight. Our coolant hose, which is this right here with the blue line, coolant hose is properly mounted and secured. It's rubber, not cut, cracked, or frayed, and we hear and see no leaks on that. Moving over here, we have all our hoses. So you're talking about all the hoses right here on the side of your engine here. So all my hoses are properly mounted and secured. Some of them are plastic, so you go ahead and just say not broken, cracked, or damaged. They're not cut, cracked, or frayed, and we hear and see no leaks. Our oil dipstick. This right here is where we'll check the oil. We're going to pull the dipstick out. We're going to wipe it clean, reinsert it, pull it back out to read again, and the oil should be between add and full. Right here, power steering reservoir. It is properly mounted and secured. It's not broken, cracked, or damaged. Dipstick is attached to cap. Cap is on tight, and the fluid level is between add and full. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop it there. That's your three main fluid levels you want to check: coolant, oil, and power steering. So the next video I'm gonna pick up after this. All right, so we left off with the power steering reservoir. Next, connected to the power steering reservoir is going to be your power steering hose. Our power steering hose is properly mounted and secured. It's rubber, not cut, cracked, or frayed, and there is no leaks. Attached to the other end of that power steering hose, you're going to have your power steering gearbox. So my power steering gearbox is properly mounted and secured. It's not broken, cracked, or damaged. There is no missing bolts and nuts, so no missing hardware, and there is no leaks. Next, connected to your steering gearbox is your steering linkages. So if you look at your steering linkages here, you see how it's the shape of an L? That should remind you, steering linkages. So all my steering linkages that start here, 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 and there. So all my steering linkages are properly mounted and secured. They're not broken, cracked, or damaged. They're held together by 3 castle nuts and 3 Carter keys, which are present and secured. So 1, 2, and 3. The joints and sockets are not loose or worn. So the joints and sockets is also where the castle nuts and Carter keys are at. That's your joints and sockets. They're not loose or worn. All right. Now we're going to talk about our leaf spring hanger and mounts. So our leaf spring hanger is back here. That's your hanger, leaf spring hanger, and your mounts. They are properly mounted and secured, not broken, cracked, or damaged. No missing hardware. Our leaf spring itself, so this whole part right here is our leaf spring. So our leaf spring itself is properly mounted and secured. not broken, cracked, or damaged. None are missing and none are shifted. Attached to our leaf spring, we have a shock absorber that goes up and down. The shock absorber is properly mounted and secured. It's not broken, cracked, or damaged. No missing hardware and no visible leaks. Right beside our shock absorber, we have our air brake hose. So our air brake hose, properly mounted and secured. It's rubber, not cut, cracked, or frayed, and it has air in it, so no audible leaks. All right, now moving on down, we're going to have brake linings and brake drum. So this part right here, this is your brake linings right here. Your brake drum is this whole part that goes around the brake linings. So the brake linings and brake drum, properly mounted and secured, not broken, cracked, or damaged. They're not worn dangerously thin, and there's no contaminants inside there, such as oil, grease, etc. Moving to the top of our tire, we have even tread wear across the top of our tire. I would check in all major grooves, and we should be no less than 4/32 of an inch on my steer tires. All other tires, no less than 2/32 of an inch on all other tires, and I would check this with a tire depth gauge. Alright, so moving to the sidewall of my tire. So ABC, there is no abrasions, bulges, or cuts on the sidewall of my tire. The rim itself is not broken, cracked, or damaged. It's also properly mounted and secured with no illegal wells or elongated bolt holes. So your elongated bolt holes will be right here. My lug nuts and studs are properly mounted and secured. They're not broken, cracked, or damaged. There are none missing. There is no rust streaks or shiny threads, which could indicate looseness on my lug nuts and studs. Alright, and then we have a metal valve stem and cap. So our metal valve stem and cap is properly mounted and secured. It's not broken, cracked, or damaged. The cap is on tight, and we will check the air pressure with the air pressure gauge, and it should be at least 100 psi of pressure in our tire. Alright, now moving up, we're going to have our side marker lens reflector. So you must say lens reflector. Inside there, you have a reflector. So our side marker lens reflector is properly mounted and secured. It's not broken, cracked, or damaged. It's clean. It's intact. Proper color of amber. And none are missing. We have one here. We also have one on the side of our trailer. Up here, we have our traffic monitoring devices, also known as a mirror. It is properly mounted and secured. It's not broken, cracked, or damaged. And there is no missing hardware on our mirror. Moving down right here, we have in here our battery and battery box. Our battery and battery box is properly mounted and secured. It's not broken, cracked, or damaged. The wire connections itself, they are not cut, cracked, or frayed. They're also on tight with no corrosion. You don't have to open the top of that box. And then when they say cap on tight, they're talking about this cap right here that's on top of the box. The cap is on tight. Moving right here, we're going to have our DEF and diesel fuel tank. So you can say both of these together. So our DEF and diesel fuel tanks and lines, they're all properly mounted and secured, not broken, cracked, or damaged. The lines are not cut, cracked, or frayed. The caps are on tight, and both tanks and lines are not leaking. So nothing leaking underneath. As you come back here, you have your electrical and air lines. So our electrical and air lines right here, they are properly mounted and secured. So when they talk about properly mounted and secured, they're talking about the connections right here. They're properly mounted and secured. They're not cut. They're not cracked. They're not shifted, spliced, taped, worn. There's no audible leaks. The lines are also not tangled. They're not pinched. They're not crimped. Most importantly, they're not touching the catwalk. And that right there is the catwalk. So they're not touching the catwalk. Our electrical and airline connections. So our electrical and airline connections right here. They are both fully sealed and seated to the trailer and to the truck. They are not damaged, and they're also locked in place. Down here, we're going to have our tractor frame. So the frame always runs long ways with your vehicle. So the tractor frame is not broken, cracked, or damaged. There's no illegal welds or holes in our tractor frame. Coming back here, we're going to start with our trailer apron. The trailer apron is the bottom steel plate underneath your trailer here. Trailer apron is properly mounted and secured. It's not broken, cracked, or damaged. There's also no gap between our apron and our fifth wheel skid plate right there. You don't see daylight through it. Our fifth wheel skid plate and platform. So fifth wheel skid plate and platform. The platform is this part that looks like a triangle. Right up in there. That's your platform. That triangle looking part looks like the top of a house. Your skid plate is the part that the trailer apron is sitting on. So our fifth wheel skid plate and platform is properly mounted and secured. It's not broken, cracked, or damaged. It is also missing no hardware, and it is also properly greased. Next, we'll have our fifth wheel release arm. Our fifth wheel release arm is properly mounted and secured. It's not broken, cracked, or damaged. It's in the lock position with the safety latch in place. So that little part on the top of your fifth wheel release arm right there, that is your safety latch. Make sure that safety latch is in place right there. Next, we're going to have our fifth wheel sliding rail. So our fifth wheel sliding rail is this part right here. Has all these little holes in it. And our locking pins are right there. There's 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. That comes through those holes there. So our fifth wheel sliding rail and locking pins, they are properly mounted and secured. They are not broken, cracked, or damaged. There is no illegal welds. Our locking pins are present, and they are in the lock position with none missing. And then what we're going to do now is move right here. So we're no longer going to get underneath the trailer due to safety hazard reasons. What you're going to do is you're going to point up in there. You're going to say my kingpin is properly mounted and secured, not broken, cracked, or damaged, and the locking jaw is completely closed around my kingpin. The rear of my tractor, we do have our lenses and reflectors on the rear of our tractor here. They are properly mounted and secured, not broken, cracked, or damaged. They are clean. They are intact. They are the proper color. We have more than one, so none are missing. After you get done talking about that, now we're going to talk about our fifth wheel position. Our fifth wheel position is in proper position. Our landing gear will clear the rear tractor frame doing turns. So that's important. You want to make sure that the landing gear will clear the rear tractor frame doing turns. Next, we have our landing gear itself. So our landing gear crank handle is right here. That is properly mounted and secured, not broken, cracked, or damaged. It's also placed in the hanger with no missing hardware. Our landing gear support frame and legs on both sides is properly mounted and secured. It's not broken, cracked, or damaged. There is no missing bolts and nuts on our landing gear. Our landing gear leg feet, properly mounted and secured, not broken, cracked, or damaged. There is no debris, and both legs are fully raised on landing gear. Now we're going to move to the back of the trailer. But as we go back towards the back, we're going to talk about our DOT reflective tape. We have at least 50% of DOT reflective tape going down the side of our trailer It is clean, intact, and visible. As I was walking back here to the back, I was also checking my trailer frame. And then you will also have cross members. Your cross members are all these metal beams that go across. So my trailer frame and cross members, they are properly mounted, secured. They're not broken, cracked, or damaged. There is no illegal weld and no missing hardware. So all of these are cross members going all the way down. So no missing hardware. Also, while you're underneath here, check your trailer floor. The trailer floor is properly mounted, secured, and no holes. Moving down, we have our tandem sliding rail. So it's going to be this part with all these little holes in it. That's your tandem sliding rail. And your locking pins is one here. And there's one back there that's sticking out right there above that rear trailer tire. So you have two on this side and two on the other side. So our tandem sliding rail and locking pins, they are properly mounted and secured, not broken, cracked, or damaged. There is no illegal welds. The locking pins are present. They are in the lock position, none missing. Next, we're going to have our tandem air release button. That's located right here. Has a few little hoses connected to it. Our tandem air release button is properly mounted and secured, not broken, cracked, or damaged. There is no missing hardware, and we hear and see no leaks on our tandem release button. All right, now we're going to go ahead and move to the very rear of the trailer. In the very rear of the trailer, I'm going to talk about my clearance and taillight lenses and reflectors. Don't just say lights. You can say clearance and taillight lenses. They are all properly mounted and secured, not broken, cracked, or damaged. They are all clean, intact. They are the proper color with none missing. And then our DOT reflective tape covers at least 100% of our DOT bumper. It's also clean, visible, and intact. And the last thing you're going to say on the outside of your pre-trip, I would check the passenger side the same way I did the driver's side, including all my lenses and reflectors. Alright guys, I hope this helps you understand more about your pre-trip. You're welcome to watch these videos anytime you want, and good luck on your future endeavors. Talk to you guys later.